Hi guys, this is the third video in my series, Shiwaku 7, Method to Eliminate Obesity and to Develop Muscular Endurance, Size, and Strength, even if you're a senior citizen. I think this is an important topic, and I want you to know that the reason why I started this YouTube channel was to try to educate as many people that it is possible to overcome obesity, to regain good health, to develop muscular endurance, size, and strength, even if you're in your late 60s like I am. As I've said before in my other videos, I had a health scare last year in which I thought I was going to die. I was driving down a highway when everything started going black, and I was about to pass out, and I was afraid if the stroke didn't kill me or the heart attack, and I thought it was more likely a stroke because I didn't feel any chest pains, but everything was going black in front of me, and I only had seconds to react, so I shifted my car from drive to neutral and hoped I didn't hurt anybody or kill myself in the car accident. But it shook me up so much that when I went home, I made regaining health my number one priority in life, to try to extend my life, because I have a wife from Asia who depends on me, and she left her country and her family and her friends and her language and her culture and her music, and basically bet her entire future on me, that I would protect and provide for her. And I promised her dad I would do that. And for 49 years since we've been married, I've kept that promise. But my wife doesn't have any skills. Her parents forced her to quit school when she was 12 because in her country, life's about survival, about having enough money to buy food to eat. And they wanted her to help plant the rice and slop the pigs and feed the chickens and that kind of thing. So I married her even though she only has a 6th grade education and she has no work skills. And that's okay for me because I didn't want her to help provide for me. It was the other way around. I wanted to provide for her. And I truly believe that even if I can only help one person, if that person happens to be my wife, then I made a difference in this world, and I didn't waste my life just on my own selfish pursuits. So I need to stick around. I need to take care of my wife still. I still need to provide for her, because if I was to die, I think she would be okay, because I gave her 100% of my pension, and I gave her my annuities, and she has quite a bit of money in the bank, and she has income, more importantly. But I still want to be there for her. But anyway, after successfully overcoming obesity, regaining my health, developing muscular endurance, size, and strength, I thought that I should be sharing this knowledge with other people, because people were asking me all the time, how did you do it? What did you do? And instead of just telling just a few people who asked me, I thought it would be best to get on YouTube, and perhaps if one person watches it, maybe they'll be the catalyst that informs many other people. I want to start off this presentation with this quote from H.G. Wells, the famous science fiction writer. And he wrote, "Adapt or perish, now as ever, is nature's inexorable imperative." And inexorable means impossible to stop or prevent. And that's what not only life's about, adaptation, it's also what strength training is about, and muscle growth, is to adapt to progressive overload. And whether that progressive overload occurs through load, which is weight, or by velocity, by lifting slowly or lifting explosively fast, or whether by time, which is by static pauses or holds, or whether it's by elasticity, like through resistance bands, or by hydraulic compression, or magnetic resistance, or by volume, which is increased reps or sets. And there's a variety of different ways to achieve progressive overload. What the goal is to create muscular tension in your muscles to induce the body to adapt. And the body adapts by growing thicker muscle fibers, or by increasing the number of mitochondria, which is the powerhouses to the cell in your muscles, so you can use more energy to exert force or to lift more weight, and by increasing the capillary density, which increasing the blood flow to your muscles, so you'll have more oxygen and glucose to so you can expend the effort needed to deal with the whatever type of progressive overload that you're applying to your body. Adaptation. That's the key. Everything is centered around adaptation. And like H.G. Wells said, adapt or perish. Now as ever is nature's inexorable imperative. Now he meant that in terms of survival. And that is very true. I mean, life's about adapting to whatever our physical or social environment places on us. But it's also true for muscular development. And the point I'm trying to reach is this, is that if you're a senior citizen, the worst advice you could possibly get from your former coworkers or from your friends or family is to take it easy. Because if you take that bad advice, if you take it easy, your body is going to adapt by detraining. When your body sees that you don't need to, you don't need all that muscle, and you don't need all that mitochondria, you don't need all that capillary density, it's going to eliminate it, and you will be weaker, and you will have less energy, and you will have less blood flow. And if you compound that problem with the metabolic syndrome, and a metabolic syndrome is a cluster of conditions within the body, like high triglyceride levels or high blood sugar levels or high blood pressure, and visceral fat, around your organs. Now you're in very dangerous territory, because those very serious medical conditions or the metabolic syndrome can cause chronic diseases, which includes cardiopulmonary disease, which is the leading cause of death in the United States, or stroke, or diabetes, or kidney failure, and even cancer. That visceral fat, you have to understand, when you add visceral fat upon visceral fat, some of that visceral fat will block the blood flow to other adipose tissue, which is adipose meaning fat, other fat cells, and will cause some of them to die. So you have necrosis, which is cellular death occurring, and this results in inflammation. And I think that's an important concept that everyone needs to know, is that a lot of people who are obese, a lot of that obesity isn't caused by adipose tissue or fat. It's caused by inflammation. And when I mean by inflammation, I mean the body is rushing white blood cells down there, and it's causing all kinds of metabolic changes within your body. Your body's in a metabolic crisis. So anyone who's overweight, and especially if they're obese, and believe me, I know what it's like to be obese. I've been there, I've done that. And I've had the metabolic syndrome, and I know it can be overcome. And that's what the purpose of this video. I'm trying to tell you how I did it. 1, I switched to a plant-based diet. And the first thing I urge you to do is watch the Game Changers. Even if you just take the time to watch the official trailer to the Game Changers, and I'll put a link to it on this video. By following the advice given by the Game Changer, I was able to overcome obesity and to regain muscular endurance, size, and strength. I truly believe that if I hadn't lost that 57 pounds of excess body weight, I probably would be dead by now of a heart attack or stroke. So adaptation, and that's what we're trying to get to you to seek. You want to adapt, but you don't want to adapt in a bad way. You want to adapt in a good way. If you do nothing, you will adapt in a bad way. Your body will adapt, and it won't be for the better, it'll be for the worse. But if you strength train, then your body will adapt for the better by building more muscle cells, by burning off more calories, because even when muscles are at rest, they burn off calories. And this is what I'm trying to show you, my method of doing, how I achieved it. But before I begin, I want to recommend 4 books to you.